When you stop joining in on gossip, it feels strange at first. You start noticing how often people talk about others, the little jabs, the subtle judgment disguised as just sharing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. At first, it feels like a moral victory. You think, I'm done with that toxic energy. But then, something unexpected happens. You start to feel out of place. Because suddenly, you realize gossip is not just conversation. It's how many people connect. And that's the paradox psychology reveals. Gossip isn't just about others. It's about belonging. So when you stop gossiping, you're not just avoiding negativity. You're challenging one of the oldest social instincts in human nature. But if you understand how gossip works and what it really gives people, you can rise above it without feeling awkward, excluded, or self-righteous. Let's break this down. The 5 stages of stopping gossip without being weird about it. Stage 1. The awareness. It usually starts with a small realization. Maybe you overhear friends talking about someone behind their back, and then smiling to their face. Or you notice how gossip leaves everyone feeling slightly worse, not better. That's the moment you wake up to the pattern. You realize gossip isn't innocent talk. It's a trade, a way people exchange information for acceptance. Psychologists call it social currency. When someone shares gossip, what they're really saying is, see, I know things. I belong here. So, when you stop gossiping, you're rejecting that currency, and that's powerful. But it also means you've just stopped playing the game most people rely on. Stage 2. The discomfort. This is where it gets tricky. You're with friends, coworkers, or family, and the conversation starts drifting towards someone who isn't there. Everyone's laughing, adding comments, and suddenly you feel that tension. If you stay quiet, you seem distant. If you join in, you betray your values. This is the awkward phase. Your brain is wired for connection, and silence feels like rejection. But here's the truth. The discomfort is not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign you're breaking a social habit. In psychology, this is called norm violation discomfort. It's the unease we feel when we don't follow the unspoken rules of a group. You're not being awkward. You're just rewiring your social instincts. The key here isn't to lecture or judge others. Just pause, smile, redirect gently, say something neutral like, yeah, I hope they're doing okay, and move on. You've just broken the gossip loop, without confrontation. Stage 3. The resistance. Once you start stepping away from gossip, people notice. Some might tease you. Oh, you're too pure for this now? Others might test you, drop subtle bait, hoping you'll join in. This is natural, because when you change your behavior, it reflects something back to others. It shows them what they're doing, and not everyone wants that mirror. In psychology, this is called projection discomfort. When your restraint reminds others of their own habits, they project that discomfort onto you, often through sarcasm or judgment. Don't take it personally. You're not rejecting them. You're rejecting the pattern. Stay calm. Be kind. If you keep your tone light and your energy warm, people eventually adapt. They realize you're not trying to be better than them. You're just trying to be better with them. Stage 4. The redirection. Here's where mastery begins. Instead of avoiding gossip awkwardly, you start transforming conversations. When someone says, "Did you hear what she did?" you might say, "Yeah, but she's probably going through a lot." Or shift to curiosity. "That's interesting. What do you think made her do that?" You see, redirection doesn't silence people. It elevates the dialogue. It subtly changes the emotional tone from judgment to understanding. And when you do this consistently, something amazing happens. People start feeling safer around you because they know you won't weaponize what they share. Psychologically, this creates trust authority. You become someone people confide in, not because you gossip, but because you don't. That's real influence. Stage 5. The integration. Eventually, you stop thinking about avoiding gossip. You simply outgrow it. You can listen to others without absorbing their negativity. You can hear stories without taking sides. You understand that gossip, at its root, is just people trying to connect, but using pain as the tool. And when you see that, something shifts. You stop feeling annoyed by it, and start feeling compassion for it. You realize that almost every piece of gossip hides insecurity, envy, or loneliness. And instead of judging that, you just understand it. That's the real psychological freedom. You can be part of any conversation without losing your integrity or your warmth. You've transcended the need to belong through gossip because you now belong through authenticity. Final thoughts. So here's the truth. Stopping gossip isn't about moral superiority. It's about emotional maturity. Anyone can speak about others, but it takes awareness, restraint, and empathy to speak to others, not about them. The awkwardness, the silence, the teasing, it's all part of the transition from surface-level connection to something deeper. And once you cross that line, you'll notice something powerful. People will start mirroring you. Your calm, your focus, your presence. You won't need to gossip to connect, because your energy will speak louder than words ever could. So next time you're surrounded by gossip, remember this. You don't have to expose it. You don't have to escape it. Just rise above it, quietly, gracefully. Because when you stop feeding the noise, you start feeding your peace.